Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be doing Fenty Beauty review. They just released some new foundation shades, as well as a new line of concealers and setting powders. So I'll be reviewing those products, so stay tuned. So I went to Sephora and I got these beauty gems. So what I purchased was, I purchased the Nutmeg setting powder, the honey setting powder, their new 445 shade, and the soft matte primer, and the concealer I purchased was the 430 concealer. So I normally wear 450 foundation shade, but I've noticed that it has more of a reddish undertone. Even though on the website it says it's a neutral undertone, it has more of a reddish and it's kind of like comes off darker. I'll show you guys how it looks on my skin tone. But so I decided to go, since they have the in-between shade 445, I decided to try that and see how that would work on my skin tone. So let's get started. So since I'm using all their products, I decided to buy their primer. And I bought the 615 ounce version of it because I normally use Milk of Magnesia as my foundation primer since I have oily skin. But, you know, since I'm going to do a review, I wanted to give you guys the whole feel of the whole situation. So this is their Pro Filter Mini Instant, Retouch Primer. I'm just double. So I feel like this primer is reducing texture. It has like some blurriness going on, and I guess that's what it's supposed to do. I allowed the primer to kind of like set in on its own, and it reduced texture a lot, and it has this nice matte finish, which is perfect for my oily skin texture. So thumbs up to this primer, okay? And this primer retails for $16. This is the mini version of it. This is not the actual, you know, what is it, 32 ounce? That's how the other one is. This is a 15 ounce version of it, and it retails for $16. The other one is $32, I believe. Moving on to the foundations. I normally use a 450, but I will show you guys how 450 looks on my skin tone. I can do swatches based off my arm or my hand because my hand is actually like darker than my actual skin complexion. So whenever I'm doing swatches, I have to like actually apply it on my face. So just dab this on here. So this is the 450. Like this actually, it's kind of like warm on my skin tone, and it has like, it's supposed to be neutral, but it kind of gives me a kind of like a red orange undertone on my skin tone. That's why I kind of had issues with it. Now we're going to try the 445 and see how that looks on my skin tone. So this is 450 and this is 445. On my hand, 445 seems lighter than my skin tone, but my face is dark. My face is lighter than my hand. So, and it has more of a neutral undertone compared to 450. See, 450 is more warm and more reddish compared to 445. 445 has like a gold undertone, gold neutral undertone. So we're going to try this on this side. This 445 seems to be a much more better match compared to 450. Let me actually put this like next to each other. This works better for me than 450. So we thank God they brought out 445, okay? So now instead of this orangey reddish undertone I'm getting from 450, I'm going to have this neutral one from this 445. It's going to be amazing. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Now that we know what's really good with this foundation, I'm gonna say bye-bye to 440 and move on to, not 440, 450, and move on and say hello to 445. I knew I was an in-between shade when I tried 450 and it didn't work, and 460 was too dark and 440 was too light. I was like, yeah, I'm an in-between shade. So I didn't even bother buying 440 to try it out because I tested it out before. So now for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using a beauty blender to blend everything out. See how this is going to turn out. I'm actually really liking this Oh my gosh, I feel like I have found it. I have found my foundation shade, because a lot of the foundations I use, I'm in between shades, so I have to like mix foundations to get like my perfect match. But I don't think I'll be doing that anymore. Thank you, Fenty. Hello. I do not think. Are you guys seeing this? Like, it is like, this is so beautiful. Like, I'm actually excited. Oh my goodness. What? And look at the coverage. Wow. This is, guys, this is beautiful. This 445, like, it was meant for me. Take some out here. Wow. Honestly, I'm very, like, very appreciative of this foundation, you guys. Like, this is, it's a great coverage. Like, it has a nice matte finish as well. No, crazy girl looking over here, like, this is beautiful, you guys. This is everything. Everything. And like one, like, you know, one layer is full coverage. It's full coverage. So if you want more, I don't think you would need more than one layer with this foundation. Y'all, like, I'm blown away by this perfect match. I'm blown away. So now I'm actually going to do my eyebrows because, like, I don't want to look crazy. Yeah, so I'll actually go and clean my eyebrows and I'll be back. So now the brows are done. Everybody is ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead with the concealer. So when I went into Sephora, I wasn't gonna buy all the concealers. So I did some swatches on my hand. I swatched with 450, I swatched with 445, 440, 430, and 420, I believe. And I also swatched with 498, that's the darkest shade. And I swatched on my hand, and with my concealers, I like my concealers to be brighter underneath my eye, so I knew I was not going to use either 450 or 445 because those are my potential shade, foundation shades. So I knew that I was not going to, you know, purchase those. So I wanted to go with something brighter. So I was stuck between 430 and 420. 420 seemed to be too bright. When I actually tried it underneath on my skin, on my actual face, it ended up being too bright. So I settled with 430. So 430 is the concealer, the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is bright. This kind of reminds me of either Fawn on LA Girl, from LA Girl Pro Concealer. Fawn. Yeah, because this is super bright. Either Fawn or, I don't think this is Toffee. Either Fawn or Toffee. So the concealer actually has, this 430 concealer has more of a golden neutral undertone, which works good for me because it's gonna act as a color corrector as well, you know. And I usually like going in with 2 different concealer shades underneath my eyes to kind of like color correct as well. So I'm just gonna go in. And they said you can use a little goes a long way, so I'm going to be using just a little to see how it works, and then I'll add more if need be. So I'm going to use my beauty blender. You start off with here. Zap, zap, zap. Zap, 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 zap. I think I would add more more concealer underneath my eyes because a little bit is actually not going a long way for me over here. I think I'll add some more. So this is my first layer, and I think that I'm going to go in with another layer of concealer. I think the first layer wasn't enough. I'll just go in more underneath my eyes, and that'll probably be it. I feel like the rest, like my nose, is pretty well concealed. So it's pretty well highlighted. So I would just go touch up some more underneath my eye, because even though this is bright, I feel like it's not highlighted enough to my liking. So I feel like I should have went to 420, but we will see. I normally use a foundation stick to contour, but I didn't get the 498 concealer. So to contour, if you want to use something of Fenty, the 498 is a good shade, is a great shade for contour. That's what I would use if I was going to use that, but I actually prefer using the foundation stick to contour. So now I contoured everything. Contoured my face, my hair is pulling down, just like that. So I'm going to go in with their setting powder. So I purchased the Nutmeg shade as well as the, so this is the Nutmeg. It's more deep. If you guys can see, so this is a Nutmeg shade. The honey reminds me of the what do you call it? Sacha Buttercup setting powder. Now I'm going to go in first with my Nutmeg shades. Just pick it up from here. I'll just use the beauty blender that I already used. I'm going to dab it to set everything in place all over. So this is actually very translucent, and it's not just sitting on, this smells very good, you guys. It's not actually just sitting on my face. Like, this is very translucent, and I love it. So I'm using it to set my whole face, the whole entire face. This is what I would do with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'll use this. Let's talk about this packaging, okay? This package, like, look at this, is so beautiful. Like, this whole ordeal is just, it's gorgeous. Like, look at this packaging. Like, this is beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. When I first saw this online, I was like, this stuff about to be this little itty bitty powder. I'm not about to buy this. And I saw the price. It was like, it retails for $32, I believe. I was like, I am not about to invest my money in this, because it's about to be a tiny little powder. But no, sweetheart, this is big. Like, this Nutmeg shade reminds me of Sacha Buttercup a lot. Sacha Buttercup's powder, setting powder. Wow, like, this reminds me. So honey, has a goldish undertone, so I'm just, you know, dabbing it in. And I really, like I said before, I really like for my under eyes and my highlighter areas to be more popping, more brighter. So I use that to set underneath my eyes, and I just dab that in, dab that in, dab that in. Voila. Now I'm going to add some highlights to highlight. Deep popping, popping. Highlight, deep pop. So that's it for my Fenty Beauty review. Opinion about overall, the products are amazing, especially for our skin tone, skin type. Rihanna knew what she was doing, because it turned out to be absolutely amazing. I really love. My favorite product out of all the stuff I tried today was the concealer. The concealer is honestly amazing and God sent because it can act as a color corrector as well as a concealer. So that is by far my favorite product. Then comes the setting powders. Those are amazing as well, and they smell good. They smell amazing. So thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to thumbs it up. Click the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Thank you.